So this video, I wanted to talk about my flotation experience because I don't know if any of you have heard about them, but they're all the rage at the moment, going and having a float. So there's a tank and you go in and it's filled with Epsom salt water, and you float for about an hour. And then you come out and they've got a little room where you have a cup of tea and like herbal tea and some books and bean bags and stuff. So I had my first float this morning, very kindly gifted to me by someone like Coach, and I have 3 sessions, so I'm really excited to have them all. But the first one, I'm actually a little bit claustrophobic, and I didn't realise that they had to put the lid down on the pod. So when I went in there, they said to me, "Oh, yeah, you have to have the lid down." And then, I'm massively freaked out because there's not a lot of things that I'm really scared of. One of them is huge heights when I'm not in control, i.e. jumping out of a plane, bungee jumping. Those are the kind of things that I would never do. And yeah, I'm a little bit claustrophobic. So I thought this, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm really not looking forward to just being like closed into a dark pod. And he showed me around and showed me how you switch the light off, and I just couldn't think of anything worse than being in a pod with water, like fearing drowning and being like claustrophobic at the same time. But the guy who gave them me was like, "Oh, they're so amazing! Like, I've never heard anyone sell something up so much." So I tried to bear with it, and I thought I can see it as an opportunity to, push through some of my fears and phobias, which are kind of water that I can't see the bottom. At least it was shallow, and claustrophobia. There was no height involved in this one, though. However, if they'd have put it on a glass bridge over a huge height, then it probably would have just been everything in one go for me. So I got in my little flotation tank pod and pulled the lid down, and it felt quite uncomfortable to me, to be honest. Like it wasn't that I even found it difficult to go into a space of mindfulness because I was thinking of other daily things. I was just thinking about the fact that I was in this pod, and that just took over for me. And I felt like I was thinking about it constantly too much, and I was trying to relax, and then it became trying. And I think I just let go for a really short amount of time. And then I got this channeled message that came in, and I started to ask questions, and I thought I was talking to my higher self, and I was like, what what would you like to tell me, higher self? And it said, because I don't speak to guides anymore, I try not to ask anything outside of myself. So I thought I'll go to higher self, and it said, there is no, like, you can't speak to higher self because you are higher self, because you've integrated your higher self. So you and your higher self are acting as one right now. And I was thinking, well, if I'm my higher self and I'm acting as one, why am I not having amazing things in my life like every day? And so I obviously asked that, and I got the answer, because you're still integrating, you're still like in a process of it all kind of formulating. So it was really interesting because I got a very clear answer, and I was kind of starting to get used to being in the pod. Another thing about it that was a kind of negative thing for me was it burned like hell. My whole legs burn, any area basically that was a little bit sensitive. And as a woman, I'm just going to say, down there really, really stings. And I Googled it, and I found out that because it's acidic and the water is like super alkaline, there's like a small reaction, but it kind of, that also stopped my mind from being able to let go, because I was constantly feeling this burning pain that only really kind of died down towards the end. I mean, it wasn't unbearable, but it was something that you were constantly aware of, if that makes sense, but not to the point where you'd be screaming and crying and jumping out of the pod and running down the road. Like, it was just like, that's where my focus was going a lot, because I could feel it. I think at the end, I just started to go into a little bit of relaxation, which is when I got the message. But the time went quite quickly, but I didn't feel at that point, I thought I probably haven't gotten that much out of this, and I don't think I would do this again or buy it myself. So then I like toddled off home, and I started to feel really good afterwards. Like, you know, when you've been to the spa for the day and you've like cleaned your, you know, you've like worked out really hard and you're really fresh, and you just had a shower, and you know you're leaving, and you just feel like really fresh because you've been there all day. I kind of felt like that, and I mean, it was only an hour long, and then when I got home I was just wiped. Like, I could barely lift my arm off the bed, and I slept for about 4 hours in the middle of the day. I was starving as well, so before I slept I had a huge vegan burrito, and I then just slept like a baby for a few hours in the day, which I never do. I never sleep in the day. And I woke up and I was still tired, but I pushed myself to go and do some artwork because I thought, you know, I'll channel this feeling. But my heart really opened and my energy felt amazing. It's almost like it. Oh, I also forgot to say, when I was in the pod, I felt really nauseous as well, like sick. I mean, just the whole experience for me wasn't really that nice, to be honest with you. I felt a bit of time thinking I feel really nauseous here and a little bit kind of seasick, and I didn't know why. 'Cause it's not like I was in, you know, fast moving water or anything. It's just like a shallow little bit of water at the bottom of the pod. But I just, it was afterwards. I felt amazing. About 5 hours after my pod, I honestly felt amazing, and it was worth all of it. So I can highly recommend them. But just go in there with an open mind when you actually have it, because if I'd have had that and not waited, I probably would have just thought, no, I wouldn't do that again. It's only because I'm reviewing it now later on in the evening that I can honestly say it was amazing. I think it's supposed to be because not only is it drawing loads of toxins out of you, which might have been why I got tired, even though I don't feel like I even have a lot of toxins because my diet's pretty clean. I'm sure there's toxins in there, and I live in a big city as well. So it's supposed to clear a lot of toxins out, and it's also supposed to be desensory, so there's no noise whatsoever. You're not taking anything in from your environment because it's a really enclosed space just with you. So it's meant to really push you into presence and now. And I think it did. I didn't feel it at the time. I didn't feel it till hours later, and I think I was on my way up anyway, but it seems to have really pushed me a little bit faster as well, because I just felt huge heart energy, really balanced, really creative, and amazing actually. And my skin felt really soft when I was in there. I couldn't stop like stroking my arm because the salt just makes your skin feel like silk. So there's my review of the flotation tank pods, or whatever you want to call them. So give them a chance, because when you first go in, you might be like me and sort of think, I'm not sure if I really like this or if it's doing anything. But if you give it a bit of time afterwards, then, you know, for me it was amazing anyway. And I honestly thought I was going to end up reviewing it quite badly because of my experience in the pod. And I've got more to go, so I'll come and let you know how the others go, because, you know, maybe they'll get even better when I can let go and really kind of let go of my surroundings in the tank. But anyway, that's my little pod review, so bye for now.